Welcome back to the Traders with Edge podcast, everyone. Today we are taking a deep dive into a topic that's totally changing the trading world prop firm funding in Forex. You know how breaking into financial markets usually needs like a ton of starting capital?
Right.
So what if there was a way to just, skip that hurdle and just jump right in?
That's exactly where these prop firms are really changing things. They're offering this very cool opportunity, for traders who are skilled, of course, but maybe don't have the money to get started without needing a fortune.
Absolutely. And speaking of opportunities, we at Traders with Edge are super passionate about helping those traders who are just starting out. And that's why we offer a challenge where you can actually win up to $500,000 in funding.
Wow.
Yeah. We'll talk more about that later. But first, let's really break down what these prop firms are all about, right?
Yeah.
How are they opening up the Forex market?
Okay, so imagine this. Okay, you're handed the keys to this souped-up race car, ready to compete at the highest level. That's the kind of boost prop firms can give you, especially when it comes to Forex trading. They're not just giving you money, right?
Mm-hmm.
They give you access to these advanced trading platforms, real-time market data, and like a whole system of support designed to help you succeed.
So it's like a whole package deal.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, let's unpack this a bit, right?
Yeah.
How does this whole investment in the trader model work in practice?
It all comes down to potential, I think. These prop firms, they're basically betting on traders who have the skill but just lack the capital to trade on their own. So they provide the money and the resources, right, in exchange for a share of any profits that you make. Think of it like a partnership where both sides, obviously, are incentivized to win.
So it's like you're both on the same team, working towards that same goal. Okay, so instead of needing like a massive account, like your own personal account, it's your trading skill that gets you in. But it sounds like they're looking for a pretty specific kind of trader, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. They want to see consistent profits. It can't just be one lucky trade. You really have to prove that you can handle the pressure and manage risk like a real pro and have a strategy that works, that's going to hold up in the long run. And this is where these trading challenges come in.
You mentioned those a moment ago, these challenges.
Yeah.
What do they actually involve? What do you have to do?
Think of it as a testing ground, right? You're given this simulated account. Usually it varies, but somewhere between $10,000 and $100,000. And your goal is to meet certain profit targets. But while staying within these strict risk parameters, so it's meant to weed out those who just aren't ready for the real deal.
So it's like a boot camp, but for traders.
Yeah, exactly.
To really see if they have the discipline and the skills under pressure.
These prop firms, they aren't interested in people who just gamble. They're looking for people who are calculated, who are strategic, who approach the market with that kind of mindset. They want to see that you're not just going after these quick wins, but you're actually building a sustainable way of trading.
A long-term approach. Okay, we're focusing a lot on Forex trading in particular here. What is it about this market that makes it so attractive for these prop firms, for this funding model?
I think it boils down to a few key things. First of all, Forex is the biggest, the most liquid market in the entire world, which means that there's tons of opportunities to make money from the price movements.
Yeah, there's always something happening.
And secondly, Forex trading happens 24 hours a day.
Wow.
5 days a week.
Yeah.
Providing this constant action, right? And it allows traders to adapt to global events, economic changes as they're happening.
So you have to be on your toes. Okay. So that 245 access, that's a game changer, especially if you're in different time zones around the world. But I imagine that constant movement, it also means more risk, right?
That's where the third factor comes in, leverage. Forex brokers offer significant leverage, which means that it can amplify both your potential profits and your potential losses. So it's a powerful tool, but it really needs careful risk management.
So the stakes are higher.
Definitely.
It seems like the prop firms are looking for people who can handle that leverage responsibly.
Yeah.
Not someone who's just drawn to it for, like, quick wins.
Absolutely. They want to see traders who really understand that preserving their capital is just as crucial as making profits. And this circles back to why that initial trading challenge is so important.
It all ties together.
Yeah.
The challenge proves you can profit, but also manage risk at the same time. So what happens if you actually pass the challenge? Do you then move on to a live account?
You do, and that's where the instant funding model comes in. If you show consistent profitability and that you can manage risk well during that challenge, some prop firms will actually fund you almost instantly, which is a huge difference from the traditional path where a lot of traders spend years just building up their own capital.
Wow. So you can just skip ahead.
Exactly. It really opens up the market to so many talented traders who just don't have the means for that slow, traditional grind.
Yeah, that makes sense. It levels the playing field a bit.
Yeah.
So we've talked about the proving ground, the challenge itself. We've talked about the tools. Now let's get into the support system, right?
Okay.
What kind of support can a trader actually expect from a good prop firm?
Think of it like this. They give you the keys to a state-of-the-art trading lab.
Okay, I like that.
They don't just give you the capital, right? You get access to these amazing tools and resources that can really take your trading to the next level.
So what are some of the standout tools in this trading lab that make a real difference?
It all starts with the trading platforms themselves.
Yeah.
These are usually cutting edge, and they have features that most retail traders they wouldn't normally have access to. Things like advanced charting tools, customizable indicators, super fast execution speeds.
So you're getting a pro-level setup.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
But when you also need a constant flow of information to make those smart decisions in such a fast-moving market.
You're absolutely right. And that's why they provide these real-time data feeds. It could be economic news updates, sentiment analysis tools. They might even give you access to research reports, all designed to give you this really comprehensive view of what's happening.
Wow. So you're not just trading, you're getting insights to back up your decisions.
Exactly.
Okay, that's cool. But what about the learning curve?
Forex trading is complex. Even experienced traders could probably benefit from some ongoing education. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And reputable prop firms, they get that. They know continuous learning is key. And they often offer all sorts of educational resources. You've got webinars, articles, even one-on-one coaching sessions with really experienced traders.
So it's like a mentorship built right in,
Yeah, pretty much.
helping you through the more complicated parts of the market.
And it helps you refine your approach, too.
Okay. So it's not just about throwing you in the deep end.
Yeah.
They actually want to see you succeed.
Yeah, for sure. And beyond those more formal resources, a lot of these firms also foster a sense of community. They create these spaces where traders can connect with each other, share ideas, learn from each other's experiences.
So it's not just you on your own in your basement.
Exactly. It can be super valuable, especially when you're dealing with the psychological ups and downs of trading.
It's like having a support group.
Yeah.
People who get it. Because trading can be, isolating sometimes.
This can, yeah.
It's good to have that network of people who understand what you're going through.
It's like having a team, right? People to celebrate wins with and support each other through the losses.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so we've talked about the training, right? The tools, the community. Let's talk about the bottom line, the payouts. How do these prop firms actually share profits with their traders?
That's where the whole alignment of incentives really comes into play. These prop firms, they succeed when their traders succeed. So they offer these really generous profit-sharing arrangements. Traders usually get to keep anywhere from 50 to 90% of the profits they make.
Wow, that's a big chunk.
It is, yeah.
So that's a huge motivator, knowing you're keeping most of what you make.
Right.
Are there also opportunities to scale those profits up over time?
Yes, a lot of them have what they call scaling plans. So as you keep showing that you're profitable and that you're managing risk well, you can actually get access to larger trading accounts.
So the better you do, the more you can potentially earn.
Exactly. It's like a real meritocracy. Your trading ability is what really matters. I think that's a key reason why this whole prop firm model is getting so much attention, because it creates like this direct path to growing your finances.
Based purely on skill. Okay, and speaking of growth and opportunity, let's bring it back to the Traders with Edge challenge. We mentioned it earlier, right? It's not every day you get a chance to win $500,000 in funding. So can you tell us a bit more about how our challenge works and what makes it different, maybe, from others out there?
Sure. Our challenge is really designed to find those traders who have everything it takes to succeed in Forex: the skills, the discipline, the right mindset. It's a multi-step process. It starts with a simulated trading account.
So it's similar to what other firms do to evaluate traders?
Yeah, exactly.
But with, obviously, the added bonus of that huge potential funding prize from us.
Yeah. We want to see that you really understand the markets, that you have a clear strategy, and that you can handle the mental side of things, the ups and downs that come with trading.
It sounds like a great starting point for anyone who's serious about building a career in this field.
I think so.
Okay. Let's zoom out a bit now. Talk about Forex itself. We've touched on some of the advantages, but for anyone who's maybe newer to Forex, what makes it such a unique and attractive market to trade?
So Forex, it stands for foreign exchange, right? It's basically The global marketplace where currencies are traded. And what's really fascinating about it is just the sheer size of it. It's the largest financial market in the world. Trillions of dollars are changing hands every single day.
Trillions.
Trillions, yeah.
That's mind-blowing.
It is.
Okay, so apart from the size, what are some of the other things that make Forex stand out from other trading markets?
One key difference is the accessibility. You can trade Forex 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, across all these different time zones. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can trade whenever it suits you.
That 245 access is pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is. It really opens things up for people who maybe have other commitments or they prefer to trade at certain times of day.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And because it's this global market, it's constantly being influenced by things like economic data releases, political events, you name it. Even natural disasters can have an impact.
Wow.
And these events, they create volatility. They create trading opportunities.
So there's always something happening.
Yeah, it's a very dynamic market.
You have to be ready for anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that constant movement, though, does that also mean there's more risk?
There is, yeah. Forex trading, especially when you're using leverage, carries a certain amount of inherent risk. But the good thing is that because the market's so liquid, it also allows traders to get in and out of positions quickly with minimal slippage.
Right.
And that can help with managing that risk.
So it's a trade-off.
Yeah, pretty much.
Big potential rewards, but you have to be smart about the risks.
That's why it's so important to really understand both technical and fundamental analysis. So technical analysis is about studying those price charts, looking for patterns, using indicators to try and predict where the price might go.
It's like learning the secret language of the market.
Exactly, yeah. And fundamental analysis, it complements that technical approach by looking at the bigger picture, things like economic indicators, geopolitical events, central bank policies, all those factors that can influence the value of different currencies.
So it's about connecting those real-world events to the financial market, seeing how they can impact things.
And in today's world, where everything's so interconnected, it's more important than ever to stay on top of what's happening globally. Traders need to be able to analyze news headlines, economic data, even things like what's trending on social media to really get a feel for the market sentiment.
It sounds like you have to be constantly learning and adapting
Oh, yeah, for sure.
to stay ahead of the game.
And that's what makes it, I think, so challenging and rewarding. It's a constant pursuit of knowledge. You're always refining your skills, you're adapting your strategy as the market changes.
Okay, so we've talked about the market itself. We've talked about technical and fundamental analysis. Now let's get into something I think that's equally important for success, the trader's mindset. Yeah, we spent a lot of time talking about strategy and analysis, all that stuff. But what about the mental side of it all, the mental game of trading? How important is mindset, do you think, in Forex, especially in this fast-paced prop firm world?
It's super important. You can think of it this way, right? You could have the fastest car. You could have the most detailed map. But if the driver's not focused, if they're not disciplined, they're not going to win that race. And it's the same with trading.
So it's not just about the technical stuff. You have to really master your emotions, how you react to things, your whole approach. What are some of those key mental traits that you see in successful traders? What sets them apart?
Resilience is a big one. The markets, they go up, they go down.
Right.
And it's easy to get discouraged, right, when you have losses.
Right.
But successful traders, they don't see those losses as failures. They see them as opportunities to learn.
Oh,
So they bounce back quickly, they analyze what happened, and they adjust their strategy if they need to.
So they have that growth mindset. They see setbacks as part of the process.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. What other qualities are important, do you think?
Patience, definitely. A lot of traders fall into this trap of overtrading. They're chasing every little price move. But successful traders, they get that waiting for the right opportunity is key. They have the discipline to stick to their plan.
So they don't get FOMO.
Exactly. They don't let their emotions make decisions for them.
It's like having the discipline to say no, even when things look tempting.
Yeah.
But you also have to be confident, right?
Yeah, it's a balance.
It's a tough balance.
It is. And that kind of leads us to risk management.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the most important mental skill for any trader. Successful traders, they understand risk. They know how to use things like stop-loss orders. They manage their position sizes. They protect their capital. They're not afraid to take risks, but they're calculated risks. It's not just gambling.
Yeah. Risk management is something that a lot of new traders, I think, overlook because they're so focused on those like quick profits
It happened.
It sounds like it's more about the long game, sustainability over time.
Yeah, I think successful traders, they treat it like a business. They're not looking to get rich quick. They're focused on building something sustainable. And part of that is having a really clear trading plan
Oh,
that
yeah.
outlines their goals, their strategies, their risk management rules.
So it's like their roadmap.
Yeah, exactly. It keeps them on track even when things get emotional. Because let's face it, trading can be emotional.
It can be. Even with a plan, it's still a roller coaster, right?
Oh, for sure. You've got fear, you've got greed, frustration, boredom. All these emotions come into play.
So how do you deal with that?
Learning to manage those emotions, that's crucial.
Okay.
There are different techniques you can use, like mindfulness, meditation, keeping a trading journal, even just taking breaks, stepping away from the screen for a bit. It all helps.
So you have to be aware of how you're feeling
Yeah.
and take care of yourself, basically.
Exactly. Because trading, it's mental as much as it is technical.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about the individual trader's mindset, but let's zoom back out for a second to the whole prop firm world. What are some common pitfalls that people should be aware of when they're looking at these firms? What are some things to watch out for?
One common pitfall is people just focus on the funding amount without really looking into the firm's reputation, their track record.
Right.
Some firms, they might promise the world, but they don't actually have the experience or the infrastructure or the support system to really help traders succeed.
So you have to do your due diligence.
You do.
Check them out, read reviews, make sure they're legit.
Exactly. Choose a firm that has a history of actually developing profitable traders.
So it's not just about the money. It's about finding the right fit, right?
Mhm.
A firm that aligns with, your style of trading, your goals. What are some other red flags people should watch out for?
Things like unrealistic profit targets or really restrictive trading rules.
Wow.
Some firms might set like these impossibly high profit goals, or they have all these rules that just make it really hard to actually trade the way you want to. So always read the terms and conditions carefully. Look at things like the profit split, drawdown limits, any rules that could affect your trading.
So understand the fine print, basically. Make sure the structure of the firm actually helps you, doesn't hold you back.
Exactly, yeah. And don't underestimate the value of having a good support system. Look for a firm that offers good quality trading platforms, real-time data, educational resources, maybe even some kind of mentorship or coaching. Remember, you're not just looking for funding, you're looking for a partner.
Someone who wants to see you succeed.
Exactly.
That makes sense. Okay, so before we wrap up this whole deep dive, I want to circle back one last time to what we offer here at Traders with Edge.
Okay.
We've talked about our challenge, the chance to win up to $500,000 in funding, but it's also, I think, about being part of that supportive community that we've been emphasizing.
It is, yeah. We really believe in fostering this collaborative environment where traders can connect, they can share ideas, they can learn from each other. We provide the resources, the mentorship, the community to help you develop your skills and ultimately reach your goals.
For all our listeners out there who are ready to really take their trading to the next level,
Yeah.
definitely check out the Traders with Edge Challenge. It's a chance to prove yourself, to get funding, and to join this awesome community of traders who are as passionate about Forex as you are.
Yeah, we'd love to have you.
As we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with a thought. Just imagine a year from now, you've been working on your skills, you've embraced the challenges, you've developed a profitable strategy. What does success look like for you? What are your goals in the Forex market?
Let that vision be your guide as you start this journey. And remember, success in Forex, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You need patience, you need discipline, and you need to be committed to learning. But if you have the right mindset, the right knowledge, and the right support, you can achieve your goals and really unlock your potential in this exciting and rewarding market.
Thank you so much for joining us today on this deep dive into the world of prop firm funding and Forex trading. We hope you found it helpful and inspiring. And we'll see you next time on the Traders with Edge podcast.